It's a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld Today. I'm B-Ron and joining me, as always on every Monday, is Rick Plays. Morning, man. How you doing?
Yo, 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 B-Run. B-Ran.
Yeah,
Let's run it up.
let's do it, man. Let's do it. We got a lot of SWFL talk to get through. Let's start with the Eagles and the Rams, where Saquon Barkley set the Eagles franchise record with 255 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns in the win over the Rams yesterday, 37-20. An absolute clinic from Saquon Barkley, and it's just like, man, that's what you should have paid him, huh?
Yo, this is wild. If you're a Giants fan, you're already having a tough season. Your number one quarterback just got released. You suck, and now you're watching a player you wouldn't sign that was already on your team run and catch for over 300 yards by himself. That is bananas. 255 yards on the ground and another 50 something in the air. It was just a Saquon Barkley show. And if you're the Eagles, you're thinking, hey, you know what? We got a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't know if people had the Eagles exactly in the Super Bowl contention or top four this season coming into the season, but the way Saquon's been playing, Hurst been playing well, not turning the ball over and healthy. This team has a chance. The offensive line for the Eagles is doing really, really good. This team has a chance to go make a Super Bowl appearance. Their constituents in the division hasn't been as great. I like their chances to keep this up. And if you're the Giants fan, which we're going to talk about some more later, you got to be making yourself vomit every 5 seconds when you go to the restaurant. Like you got to be doing this, taking your finger like in your mouth and then just puking every time you see this. I know I would be.
Yeah, Eagles now 9-2 on the season, leaders in the in the NFC East, and they just look so dominant offensively in a game like this. And this is a guy in Saquon Barkley actually good that's winning. I think recognition. He was getting it before when he was the Giants, Rick. But now with the Eagles, they're 9-2. Like I said, this is a really good team, and Saquon Barkley is a huge part of that. It was a huge get for them to sign Barkley.
Yeah, and if you're the Rams, you needed this win. You want to see where you were. You want to know if you was buyers or sellers. The trade deadline has passed, so obviously you're not looking good for the playoff run. So tough loss for the Rams, but the Eagles are rolling, man. They are definitely rolling. Eagles. Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. I think that's how that goes.
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
like that.
And
It's something
yeah,
like that. That's good enough.
exactly. As a guy who has the Eagles fan who is an Eagles fan for a barber, I'm happy they're winning too. I'm happy that they're winning too, and I will leave it at that. Switch gears though. Another running back. We're gonna have a crazy game. Josh Jacobs, as the Packers absolutely obliterate, make quick work of the 49ers. This was the biggest win in franchise history over the 49ers, 38-10. Josh Jacobs ran for 3 touchdowns in the game, in the win in that one. And the 49ers is a team that, again, like, they have a lot of talent too, Rick, but unlike the Eagles, they're unfortunately been battling injuries, which has hurt their season.
Yeah, they're like 5-6 now. You know, they were Super Bowl contention. They've been in contention for the last 2 or 3 years. Last night they went out the quarterback Josh Purdy, and the game wasn't pretty for them. So the Niners are having all kind of issues on defense, which used to be a calling card of theirs. On offense, how creative they was, and they got McCaffrey back, but they lost a lot of guys on the receiving core. The quarterback was out, and the Packers did what they're supposed to have done. at home handle freaking business, win the games you're supposed to win without their starting quarterback. The 49ers are not in good shape. Their ability to make the playoffs is very, 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 very slim at this point. So this once thought of maybe a new dynasty that can be built here with these Niners, and Shanahan being such this genius, I think the rest of the league has caught up, and they're looking very pedestrian right now. Very pedestrian.
Yeah, and this is, you mentioned 49ers in their playoff chance earlier. This NFC West division is very tight. Two teams are 6-5, Seattle and Arizona, and the Rams and 49ers are 5-6. So it's still anybody's division, believe it or not. As crazy as that is. But I guess the same thing could be said for the NFC North too. Because the Lions are 10-1, but the Vikings are 9-2, and the Packers now are 8-3. So that's still very much a 3-team race there. A losing streak down the stretch here could hurt the Lions, for example.
I mean, that's true. But those are two totally different types of winning divisions. When the first division, the
They
top
are.
is 10 and
They
1.
are. I'm not saying
The
they're
other
not.
one is 6-5. So, yeah, I mean, it's in the other division, it's a battle of who's going to be the best or the worst. And then in the last division is here's the best and here's the cream of the crop in this division. So, but my coach always say you just need to get a chance can happen. But first you need to get in. Some of these teams are going to be very, very close to not getting there.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get into the playoffs, like you said, then you can start to make your move, because it's kind of a reset in a way. Getting to the playoffs, everybody starts with a fresh record, so to speak, and you get your games, and you have to win a couple in a row to get to Super Bowl, and then you get a chance to win it. So getting hot at the right time is very important in any sport. I feel like in football, especially when you have the uh, grueling season that these guys have, getting hot at the right time is extremely crucial.
All right. By the way, last point. I'm disappointed in San Francisco didn't get the win. The Bay. I mean, Kendrick Lamar just dropped an album last week. I thought the West Coast was going to be on fire this weekend with Lamar in the background playing, but that wasn't the case. But the K Dot album still solid. That's I just veered off a
No,
little
I
bit, but we
understand. I
back on track.
understand. Like, I'm messing with a few songs on the album, but we can save that for another day, Rick. This is not a music show. This is a sports show. Squeak by with wins, getting another one as they beat the Panthers on a last-second field goal at the buzzer, 30-27. It took a field goal from Spencer Schrader, 31-yard field goal as time expired to get the win over the Panthers. This is a surprise. We spoke about it a minute ago, Rick. Beating teams you're supposed to beat. And yes, the Chiefs did it here, but boy, not like this, right?
Yeah, this is the first time you're gonna hear me say, "Okay, I don't feel good about the Chiefs when it comes to Super Bowl aspirations." Look, they've been winning all kinds of ways, all kinds of crazy ways throughout this season, and we've been giving them credit as a team who can just find different ways to win. But when you're going up against the 3 and forever Panthers, and you barely squeaking out a field goal to win it, that's not resounding results. I don't take that as do what you got to do to win. Yes, they won it, but that is a level of concern because the Chiefs should be on tiers above the Panthers. Those guys last night looked like they were like this, but it should have been like that from the beginning. You see how you can't
Yeah.
see my other hand? That's the Panthers. You can't see them. They're therefore below. But not yesterday. They were like this. So that is a cause for concern. I am concerned if I'm a Chiefs fan. I am concerned if I'm a Chiefs player. You want to win the games, but you shouldn't be on the struggle bus to beat the Panthers if you call yourselves champions to be.
Yeah, exactly. And we have to remember that this is the NFL, and these are the best athletes in the world playing in the league, but at the same time, just like in the SWBA, there are levels to the professional tiers in the leagues. Some teams are just better than others, and this is one of those times where the Chiefs, in our opinion, I feel like are clearly better
That's not an
than
opinion, B-Ryan.
the Panthers are.
Yeah, that's not an opinion. I mean, just look on paper, it's not an opinion. They're better. They should have beat the brakes off of them. Shout out to the Panthers, man. Give Panthers some credit. Now the
Yeah.
Bryce Young stuff is kind of going away, right? He's played really good as quarterback as of late since he got the starting spot back. So let me give the Panthers some credit for competing and almost beating the champs. But if you're the champs, you can't go out like that. You're going to look like chumps.
Yeah, Bryce Young, 22-35 for 262 yards and a touchdown as well. He's been looking pretty good since getting that starting spot back. I do wish that there was more of a learning period for these younger quarterbacks in the league. You look at guys like Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, those guys. Not everybody can come into a spot and have success right away. Many rookie quarterbacks rarely do. You even look at guys like Peyton Manning, who struggled in their rookie season. I'm not saying Bryce Young, Peyton Manning, to be very clear. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that I think that there needs to be guys need to go to a spot where they more really have a chance to sit and watch versus having to play right away.
Yeah,
that can really
that's true.
Confidence.
That's true. B-Ryan, you know the difference between a champ and a chump?
What is it?
You. Well, I don't mean you, the letter U. You take it. I probably should have said it for somebody who I want to say something crazy to, like Marsh. I'll bring it back next week. I would love to say that one on Marsh. Okay, moving on, B-Ryan.
I understand. Yeah. Let's do it. So last one here, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers absolutely destroyed the Giants. We speak about top of the show. Giants are not good, and they continue to look not good against the Bucs. 30-7. Bucs ended up winning that one, and they used their running game to really set the tone in this one. Everybody was running like crazy. Baker Mayfield scored a rushing touchdown as well. When you look at the difference in rushing yards, the Tampa Bay had 156 yards on the ground total, while the Giants only had 76 total. So that's a big difference there in the rushing success. And Bucky Irving, Rashad White, Baker Mayfield, and Sean Tucker all scored rushing touchdowns.
I like the music. That was kind of like some dance music. Yeah, I mean the Giants suck. And you don't have to go any further than they've had a season of turmoil again. They had they had a quarterback they just paid all this money to. Mm-hmm. And then they were disappointed in his play, and they dropped the dude from starter to third string. I've never in history seen in the SWFL a starting quarterback go from I'm starting 1 week to the next week I'm playing safety on the practice team for the squad. That is wild times we're living in, but that's the life the Giants and the Giants fan live. After the game, their rookie wide receiver was definitely disappointed, and then he told the reporters, "Yo, it's not the quarterback. You see, we got a new quarterback. Same result. It's not the quarterback." Of course, the media try to make him say something more. If it's not the quarterback, then who's at fault, Malik?
Right, who is it?
He didn't bite that bait. He wanted to. You can look in his eyes. Oh, you can say he wanted to say it's y'all. It's everybody else. It's the coaching staff. It's the ownership. It's the GM. These are a bunch of bums. But instead, he just said, "I know one thing. I'm tired of losing." So kudos to Malik neighbors for not losing his top. He's better than me. I would have cursed everyone out in a very
it's
defining
hard being
way.
in his position as a rookie for sure. I can only imagine what that's like, especially with the New York media too. That's rough. But also, you mentioned Daniel Jones a minute ago, and then he went from third string to released. So he wasn't a team anymore,
then he got released,
which is wild.
He was a starting quarterback, then he was a third string quarterback, then he was a safety at practice, and then he just got released.
Insane.
And after they just paid him $40 million a year. It's crazy times. Well, the Giants, y'all sad. Y'all sad.
Yeah,
They can't. I don't think they should be able to call themselves Giants for the rest of the season.
certainly. Wow. Well, look, that's do it.
They're the Littles. They're the New York Littles. They're not Giants. They're not Giants for the rest of this year. They're the New York Littles.
Yeah, well, look, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you for joining us. As always, remember hit the like button to know and subscribe to the channel. To on all of our shows, games, streams, all that good stuff. Go live for you all. The SimWorld U game of the week this week is Creighton and South Carolina, and that is coming up on Wednesday, November 27th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Mark Chisholm, Ethan Letterman Jr. taking on Isaiah James and all those guys down there in South Carolina. That's gonna be a fun one, Rick. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Creighton coming off of a win in South Carolina. It's gonna be a good game. Is this the first time we get to see Letterman and Chisholm?
Not on our SimWorld TV. No.
Okay, good.
It's gonna be good.
So they get some more TV time. Okay, good deal. Looking forward to it.
TV time. Yeah, exactly. And we have games on Tuesday, Duke and Temple at Tuesday. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, SimWorld is the only place you can see the game, be the game.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld.